Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. You got a question for RLN? Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Oh, now we getting real. Yeah, it's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Time to get real.
Time to get real. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. It's showtime. I'm your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and I'm so excited to be back on the air with you. October 1st, this is going to be a beginnings. I love beginnings. You know, every moment is a beginning. And if you stay in that moment, your life is going to feel, can you imagine thinking that every moment that you have is a new, fresh beginning? You know how good beginnings feel. Ooh, that's something. Let me put that on my list of things to do. Yeah, think of every moment as a beginning. Okay, let me work on that one. But I want to welcome you to the show. Welcome you to, especially if you're a new listener. I've been getting a lot of emails for people that have just found the show. I'm so happy to have you here with me, sharing. Reality spirituality is basically a term that I came up with that describes, talks about, discusses, observes our everyday life events, our everyday life experiences, and the link to spirituality, because everything that we do, everything that we experience is spiritual. So that's what this show is about. This show is about discovering the spirituality in your everyday life. And my other agenda with this show is to, my quest is always to, I want to be happy. I just want to be happy. I mean, haven't you said that to yourself? I just want to be happy. Well, let me tell you something. There is formulas to it. It is possible. It can be achieved. I'm not saying, listen, they put a man on the moon. You, my dear listener, can be happy, and I'm talking about an internal happiness, 24/7, 30 days out of the month, and 356 days out of the year for decades. It is possible, and that's what this show is about, that possibility. Well, today I'm so excited because my number one son, well, let me say this, my only son is going to be on live with me. And I just want to let you know that Nathan and I, we banter back and forth, and let me just say this. We enjoy our conversations. We think our conversations are entertaining. We even think that we're funny. So if we think all of this, I'm sure you're going to be thinking the same thing too. But before we go on, for my new listeners, I want to give you a little bit of foundation as to what this happiness, what this internal contentment, what am I talking about? First of all, this show, let me tell you what this show is not. This show is not about a celebrity. This show is not about religion. This show is not about political issues. It's not about global warming. It's not about let's go green. It's not about any of that. It's about you and your personal relationship with this energy, this power, this universe, this God, whatever you want to call it. Listen, this show is even open to, not open to, let's see, is a great listen for the atheist. You know why? Because this show, I don't ask you to believe in anything that can't be proven by science. So when I talk about this powerful source, its energy, I'm really just talking about energy and the most powerful energies in the universe. And that's what the show is all about. Energies and how they mix and how they flow and how they affect our lives and how we are energy and how we have the ability to develop our energy. We have the ability, in other words, you have a violin, and unless you know how to play it, unless you've practiced and you know how, and you've taken lessons and you know how to play it, if you start playing, it's not going to sound good. Well, unless you like that kind of music, which is unless you like that, usually it's not going to sound good. So it's the same thing with life. There are lessons, there are strategies, there are discoveries there that have been proven and will always be proven for all of eternity. And that's what this show is about, discovering and sharing with you, my dear audience, just so you can enjoy every moment, put a smile on your face every moment of the day, go through your life with your shoulders down. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing I need to judge. There's nothing I need to compare anything to. There is only what is. There is only this moment. There is only reality. All that other stuff, let's take the past, for instance. The past is only alive in our heads. It only stays alive. Events happen, yes, in the past, but it only stays alive in our head because it was a moment. We keep it alive in our head. And this show is about finding, discovering, sharing tools and strategies and ideas to stay in the moment, because the moment is the only thing that's real, and the moment is the only place we're going to find our freedom, and the moment is the only place we are going to take deep breaths and appreciate what we have, what we are experiencing. That's what you get in the moment. And I don't know about you, but that's where I want to be. That's where I want to be all the time, at least as much as possible. So before I go on, let me say hello to my son, Nathan. Let me bring him up on the line.
What's up?
Well, hello, Nathan. How are
Hey.
you? How are you this evening?
I'm doing pretty good.
Well, that's real good. For my audience, Nathan and I have done have done shows before, and this isn't rehearsed. We just let it flow. It's kind of like improv spirituality, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I just threw that out. So anyway, Nathan called me earlier today, and I said, you know what? Would you like to do a show today? And maybe we can chat instead of on the phone, on the cell phone. We can chat so everyone can kind of eavesdrop. And Nathan agreed.
That's right.
So what's going on in your life, Nathan?
What's going on in my life? Well, I'll tell you what happened right before I talked to you on the show.
Oh.
With the Creek House, which is a little vacation rental that I property manage in the Poconos in Pennsylvania, there's a party that's staying there today and tomorrow night. And so I got this message, and she was not satisfied. Usually it's, really nice, people love it, but every once in a while, someone's got a complaint or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and she happened to be complaining about one thing. It was one thing. It's the bed. And
what was her complaint? What was her
complaint? Is that it wasn't clean enough.
Okay, the sheets.
To make a long story short, the sheets because she had to change the sheets. So when she changed them, she's talking about something like underneath the bedding or the mattress pad or something underneath the sheets that she saw. That
okay.
She was like, she's like, oh no.
Oh hell no.
So she was like, oh hell no. So she calls me. I'm totally dissatisfied with the Creek House.
No. Wait. No. Wait. No, that's not that's. You know what? Let's do a quick commercial, and we are going to come back because I cannot wait to hear the rest of the story. But there's a question that I definitely need to ask Nathan.
Okay.
So, 30-second commercial. Coming back.
Yeah. Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Spirituality. Oh, now we get real.
And welcome back. It's showtime. Time to get real. Yes. And welcome back, Nathan. We were in the middle of you telling a story about a property that you manage, and one of the tenants who was renting for a night or 2 nights, and you said that the name of the place was the Seasoned House, correct?
Yes.
Okay, yes. The Seasoned House. Kind of like the Four Seasons, but it's the Seasoned House. Okay, and please go on with your story.
Yeah, so anyway, I happened to get this message, and she was just telling us, what her thoughts about it. And so I called her back, and, I mean, it's interesting with managing this property because it's not something that's 9 to 5. It's not Monday through Friday. It's something that, it just comes up when it comes up.
Yeah.
So it happens. I'm dealing with things for the cabin or this place, like at times where I might not expect to. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. So anyway, I get this message, and you were talking earlier about everything being spirituality. Everything is a spiritual moment. And I just wanted to, when I heard the message, I wanted to not do what, my new thing is not doing what I usually do or what I maybe have done in the past. Just whatever it is. It doesn't have to be good or bad. It's just something else.
Something different.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. I just have to touch on that because that's really important. That's really important, Nathan, because that's another what this life is about. This life isn't about what happens to us. This life is about the choices we make when shit happens to us. So just the fact that you said you want to do something different. Let me just listen. It's not just because I'm your mother, but how many people say I'm tired of doing the same old shit? And I'm not talking about driving to work. I'm talking about the same response. If someone comes up to you and they're angry, then you get angry back. If somebody cuts you off in the road, now you response. If somebody dies, your response is, "Oh, gee, I feel so bad." Or, I mean, these responses are all conditioned. They're robotic. So I just want to say, anybody, make any different choice. It doesn't matter. There's no label to your choice, but just make it different than what you've always had. And then you start reminding yourself that you do have choices to react to anything. I just thought that was so important that you said that, Nathan. I didn't mean to just keep going on and on, but you know your mommy. Okay, continue.
Yes, I love that. When I make a different choice, it's not even a choice that I have to stick with or not stick with. It just tells me something else. It shifts everything a little bit. And just like you said, what did you say? Yeah, make a different choice. I don't quite remember, but yeah, just making a different choice.
Yeah, just you have the ability to do something different.
And just like you said, it tells you that you have the ability to do something different. It's like, oh wow, I can.
Ooh,
so that's why I'm listening to this message, and I don't want it to. This is an older choice or a choice that I've made is to be. We like to use this is a little deflated. It was like a possibility to maybe feel deflated from this message. And instead I said, I don't need to feel like that. I don't need to respond like that. Looks like it is what it is. So I called her and just talked to her about what she's, just to get specific because she wasn't really specific. So I really wanted to know, what she liked, what she didn't like. She loves the property. She loves everything. It was just this one thing that was kind of throwing her off.
I get that.
Yeah. So, I said, what can we do? What, this and that. We just sort of went back and forth, and I was very. Now we give each other A pluses now. So I'm gonna give myself an A plus because the word was I could feel you. The word is I was very accommodating and very understanding and very compassionate and very loving. And you know what else you were? I'm sorry, audience, but even if it was anyone that called me, you know what else you were? You were very loving to her. I feel that. I feel that. Absolutely.
And when you do that and when you behave like that with anybody in any situation, that's how you're going to feel.
Well, that sounds good to me. And I do feel really good. And there was no there is a solution, but it's not like a black and white solution. It just is the results of whatever situation just happened. And since there
Mhm.
was that loving energy, I feel like the result or the solution or whatever you want to call it, I mean, I feel good afterwards.
Hell yeah. I mean, Nathan, how can you not feel good when this woman was complaining, she didn't like it, and you know what you did? You know what you did? You you stood up and you put your arms around her and you hugged her and you loved her and you said, "What can I do to make you feel better about this?" And that's what you did, and that's why it feels so good. Because honestly, if we're angry at something, isn't that what we really want? We really want somebody just to listen and then put their arms around us, no matter how unreasonable or crazy. And nothing is unreasonable or crazy. I'm just using that as an example, how crazy or unreasonable we might be. But then if somebody says, you know what, your complaint is legitimate. I'm going to hug you, and I want to help you. I want to help you feel better about whatever you need to feel better about. How can I help you? So, see, when you come to anybody with that energy, I don't care if they're your friggin' worst enemy, guess what you're going to get back? That's the only thing you're going to get back. See, this other oops, did you hear that?
Go keep going. You're on a roll.
Oh, okay. No. I thought I heard something ringing, and I was just wondering if you heard that.
Oh no, I did not hear that.
Oh, okay, that's what I meant. Yeah, there was like a little bing. Oh crap, Nathan. What did I leave off at?
That's all right. I mean, you're talking about what you're gonna. It's like
okay.
What you give is what you get. You have open arms, you're gonna get open arms.
yes. Right. What a cute little girl that was. Yes, but what I'm saying is, we're thinking that the way to fight, or the way to stand up, or the way to front somebody or this conflict is to come armed. And I'm here to tell you, yeah, come armed with your arms out and with your
Get it?
Yeah, I get it. But that's the only thing that's going to, if you really want to destroy somebody, try loving them to death.
Get it?
I mean, I'm telling you, it'll do it. You want somebody to go crazy? Oh, you don't need to call them any names. Try giving them a little smile and a little love. They'll jump off the roof if you do that. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a little excited.
No, that's good. You're getting into it. And let me say this too.
Say this about that.
Let me wrap this up. I mean, my story up.
Okay.
I did love her, and I also wasn't. There was a difference between like sort of a groveling type of desperate, like what can I do to please you, desperation. There wasn't any of that.
No.
I mean, I was accommodating her, but I wasn't like freaked out about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, listen, I'm here to help, but I'm going to do what I can do, and you do what you need to do.
Nathan, I did not feel any kind of groveling. Let me tell you something. Only kings can bow. Kings are the only people that can bow. You know why? Because they bow freely. Everybody else that bows because they're afraid, or they should, or it's appropriate. Kings bow freely. So when I say I bow down or I humble myself, I'm doing it because of I know my own greatness. And you know what? I have never said that before, and it just flew out of me. I don't even know who said that.
Mm-hmm.
But kings bow because they choose to. And you're a king in my eyes, buddy. A king.
So what about you? Do you have anything happen?
Excuse me. Did anything happen?
Or is that a dumb question?
Yeah, that's a really dumb. Speaking about dumb questions, I had to look in the mirror and come up with this. I have problems with. You ready for this? I have problems with, and I'm just going to list. I'm going to list the whole list, and then you get to guess which ones are my problems. I have problems with stupid people, slow people, foreign people, rude people, loud people, small people, fat people, dirty people. I mean, which do you think I have problems with?
Is there another choice? All of the above?
Cha-ching, cha-ching. Very funny. Very good. Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. Bing, 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 bing. I believe we have an answer. Lightning round. No, it's not all of the above, but let me just say this. I have an issue with slow people that don't get it, and I'm snapping my fingers right now if you can visualize it. I'm snapping both of my hands. Snap, snap, snap. People that are slow and people that I say that I look, and the word is not stupid. I'm not going to say stupid. The word is slow to grasp. That's more than one word.
But I get what's up. So you have an issue with that, right? With issue that's slow to grasp. So I'm guessing this happened. You have an example.
I have a story. You ready? Are you ready to listen? Are your ears open?
I'm ready to listen. Both ears are wide open.
So I'm at the gym getting ready to teach my cycling class. And this young girl is in the class, and she's 16 years old. And the reason why I know she's 16 is because she's been in my class for at least 6 months. And she's not there every week, but she's there enough. At least she's taken at least 10 classes. And each time, she's the type that if you explain or show or demonstrate a form or a move, and they look and they still do what they want to do, and then you go over to them, and then you kind of put them in a certain position, and you also demonstrate again, and then they look at you, and then they go back to what they're doing. And the only reason why you kind of stay with it is because what they're doing is really not it's not really safe. It's not a safe exercise or a safe pose, or it's just not supported. It's just not as safe as something else. So you really don't want them to injure themselves. So that's why it's a little bit more, let's use the word, serious than
Yeah, this is good. You're right. I feel that.
Yeah. So
I see what's up.
Yeah, and so now you're doing it. You talk a little bit, and like I said, this person has been in the class before, and I tell everybody to bring a towel to the weight class because we wrap our weights and we use them. And so a couple of times when she was new, she didn't bring a towel, and all of a sudden, now she forgets that I say bring a towel, and I always bring two. And I need a towel. Now this is a couple months ago. I need a towel. Well, you've taken the class before. Why do you need a towel when I could give it to a new person? I'm just saying all this shit that goes through my head.
Yeah.
And then plus you're you don't listen to my instructions. You're slow, and I give you instructions and you just do your own thing anyway, and you just don't get it. Sorry, I was reliving the moment. I was going back to the past that really doesn't exist.
Get it? Yes.
So now I'm okay. Now, this is one of my favorite times. So she did the class and she left all of the equipment there. The weight,
hell no.
step, the mats. She just like walked and left it there, and that was the week that she needed a towel, and I let her borrow my towel, and guess what? My towel was sitting there too.
Oh, come on, girl.
No. Listen. Come on now. Listen. That's why I do the show. Reality and spirituality. Serenity now. So get it. So
yes.
Yeah, and this now fast forward to Sunday, which was just what? Yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that these stories are current. And lo and behold, I get to the class early. And usually I don't. I'm like walking in a minute before the class has to start. That's just, that's what I do. It's a way that I keep drama going on in my life, and I just haven't been inspired to switch it up.
Yeah, well said.
But for whatever reason, yesterday, Sunday, I decided to get to class early. I was there 15 minutes early. 15 minutes is a lot of time.
Yeah.
To all you do is, you set up your bike, you throw in a tape, and, you start moving. So that was a lot of time, and then I just, did my little thing, set everything up leisurely, the bike. And lo and behold, this youngster was already on a bike. She was on a bike riding it, and she's usually in the class, so I said, she just wants to get warmed up. I said, but she sure is here early. And there was another lady in front of this 16-year-old, and she was doing lunges across the room, holding on to weights, and she was exercising, and they were talking to each other in Spanish, blah, 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 blah. Now, I take my time, I'm setting up the step. I got a lot of time. I'm getting water. I set the towels up. Now it's time for me to put the CD in. Everybody's on their bike. I've talked to people, some new people. Time for me to put the CD in. And the 16-year-old, the one that let me call her my challenjo. She's my challenjo. And my challenjo says, in 30 seconds before I put it in, she says, this is my mother, the lady who was doing the weights. She says, can you help her with her bike? And I looked and I said, while I grit my teeth together, while I both of my teeth, I probably sawed them down a half an inch. Get it?
Yes.
And I said,
then what happened?
Yeah, I said yes, I can help. And then I said, well, and then the mamacita looks at me like I'm speaking a different language, and I said, do you speak English? And she says yes. And I said, well, there's three. She says no, I like the seat low. I said, if you want it, safer. No, I want it. And then the other one, 16, says, my mother likes to ride it low. She likes to ride it like this. So then I said to myself, well, then why did you ask me to try to, help her with her bike?
Right.
Of course, I was forbidden to say that. Least I get hit in the head by the universe with a like problem coming back to me. So I said, okay. Now, the daughter is looking at me, and she says, can you help me with my bike? Now, not only has she been in my classes at least 10 times before, but did I mention that I was there 15 minutes early and she was already riding the bike? And now all of a sudden she needs attention. Yeah. Now these are the kind of things that bug the hell out out of me. So that's what the universe throws in my face. They want me to be able to experience all of this, and guess what they want me to do? They want me to be able to laugh just like you just did. Because laughing means you're not taking it seriously. Laughing means you're not taking it personally. Laughing means everything's okay. Laughing means you're light. You're free.
That's right.
I learned a lot on that one. I wasn't laughing. And so now I teach two classes. I teach the cycling and I teach the class after that. Now they stayed for the second class, and that's when the 16-year-old asked me after she's been in at least 10 of my classes. You know what she asked me? She says, it's a weight class. You know what she says? Do we need weights? Now, when we started working out, I have to say I was in rare form, and after about 10 minutes, mother and daughter left. They did. They left. And I mean, listen. People leave me all the time. If I took that, let that if I took that personally, I'd be in bad shape. But yeah, they left. But it's so funny because I was really bothered by the fact that the questions, and you should know the answer to those questions. And let me say this, audience, that my son knows that there was a rule in the house, and that rule was don't ask any questions you already know the answers to. I'm sorry.
That's right. I remember that. I mean, it's kind of like, I get it. It's kind of a good rule. I mean, it makes sense to me. I don't want no one asking me something they already know what's up.
Oh, Nathan.
Asking me questions. I feel you on that.
And this is the grand finale of that whole story. I've been working at this particular gym since the beginning of the year, and there's a cleanup crew. It's of one woman. Let's call her Lupe. And she is mopping the floor and vacuuming the floor and cleaning the bikes right when my class is supposed to start. No, but what I'm saying is, whatever, you vacuum, you clean, I'll turn the music up higher, clean the bikes while I'm on it. No, I cannot resist. I don't want to resist what is going on, because when I do, I pay for it. I suffer. I feel it. What do you think?
I love it. It's just interesting that you're getting, I like how you call them, universe dangles carrots in front of you. It's like things that they know that you can sort of benefit from going through, or seeing how you deal with it this time. And I like hearing the things that I like hearing your things. I can relate, I can relate.
I loved your story today. I loved your story. And the bottom line is, how do you feel after what you created? And
that's right. And during what you're during it too, really.
Yeah, that's right. Sitting back, hands behind your head, marveling, feeling great about your creation. That's what it is. You created that moment, Nathan. You created that.
That's true.
And you chose to create it, and you could have created anything, because you said it. You said, you know what? I'm going to do something different than what I've always done. So,
I like it. And you always say, what are you creating? What am I creating?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I like that.
I have one more short little lesson.
Okay.
Like I said, this isn't a celebrity show. It's not about that. But there was Arnold Schwarzenegger was on 60 Minutes yesterday, and it was his first interview. His book is coming out today, on and on and on and on. Now, of course, people review his interview. They review it because here's a guy cheated on his wife with the maid, had a baby, maid is living underneath his nose, whatever, lied 9 years, whatever the circumstances are. And I'm not saying that, I'm not putting a label on it, I'm not judging the circumstances, but that's basically what it is, and that's all they asked him about. And so today there were people on the radio just upset because he didn't seem like he cared. He didn't seem remorseful. If he did all of that and all he said was, I'm sorry, he should have said more. I mean, it went on. They're playing clips of his interview all day long, and this interview was aired yesterday. And people are upset because they don't, number one, agree with what he did. Number two, they don't like the way he's talking about it, or it's just because everybody's got an opinion. Now, all I have to say is we all have opinions. I have an opinion. You have an opinion. But let me tell you what happens. I've learned this. When I share my opinion with anybody, that is like walking into a big pot of quicksand. You're going to sink. And you know why you're going to sink? Because we all want everybody to think like us. And then if we don't, we all try to convince them, you got to think like us. But this is the issue. This is my new thing. If you're a Republican, guess what I am? I'm a Republican too. If you're a Democrat, guess what I am? I'm a Democrat too. Now, I'm saying all this to say that what I feel is really not necessary. My thing is about creating peace. I could be a Democrat and I'm creating peace. I don't need to create any unrest. Does that make sense, Nathan?
It makes sense to me.
So that's my that was my second thing I wanted to say for the show.
Cool.
Are you complete?
I am complete.
I could feel it. Well, let me say this. I want to thank all of you for listening. And this month of October is a very special month. This was my father's birthday month. And this month, this show is going to be filled with a lot of interviewees. I'm going to at least, oh my goodness, I have lined up at least 10 to 12 people that really want to do interviews and want to be heard on reality spirituality. So that's what this month is going to be about, interviewing other people, other ideas, other connections. I mean, let's get this inner contentment, feel, happiness, peaceful thing worldwide. Let's make a movement. It's time. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality. I'm your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. Reality, spirituality. It's a new experience. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open. this one, reality, spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Reality, spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Reality, spirituality. Oh, now we getting real. Getting real. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Time to get real.
AOI.
Hello?
I was remember what we call this part of the show. Do we
I
call it?
know. I was thinking that too. Aftermath.
Oh, aftermath or after dark? Yeah, aftermath.
Aftermath. Yeah.
Ooh, aftermath. And nobody's gonna know about it unless
They listen to Aftermath.
and unless the universe guides them to it.
Yes. What? Yes, that's true.
Special. It's like going to In-N-Out Burger and then people say animal, because a lot of people
Animal
don't know.
style. That's right. Yeah, they don't have it on the menu. It's not on the menu.
Exactly. This is not going to be on the menu. Welcome to everyone. This shit is not on the menu.
I love it.
On the menu.
So I like your stories, and I feel like, yeah, it's just talking about what we're creating. It's just, what are we creating?
Ah.
That was good. And my classes were really fun today. Oh, I want to tell you that I don't plan my shit for these classes. I don't plan anything for these classes. And there's this one part in the class where I'll do a move, like I'll do four beats or 4 little moves, and then they do the same 4 moves that I did. It's like Simon Says.
Yes.
You know, with taps, and I go da 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 da, and they go da 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 da. And then I'm making stuff up, and then I'm getting low. I get really low, and then I get real quiet, and then I do jumps, and there's a few moments when I was doing those things just really in the moment, and really like, you know what I mean? I'm not really like thinking about anything.
Nathan, when you're telling me the story, my whole body is screaming, this is your cup of tea. This is you. This is who you are.
That's right.
Big fucking kid. I mean, so am I. Who doesn't want to relax and let their hair down and just enjoy life?
Mhm.
Were you feeling in the moment?
Now you're coming in a little staticky, so I don't know if maybe that's your headset, or maybe it's just what's happening right now.
Can you? How about now? Staticky.
It's still staticky, but I can check online and see if it's doing it on the internet. It just started. The whole show was fine. Reality, spirituality.
Is it still staticky, puppy?
It is, but actually it's not as staticky as it was earlier. It's kind of going away. Let's see. What was I going to say?
You were talking about being in the moment.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. Yeah, being in the moment, it was just really cool, and just kind of in the zone, and I wasn't trying to be, I don't know, I just wasn't trying to do anything, and the song I was playing was this really long song, and it repeats, and there's like no word, there's not a lot of words in it, so I wasn't really like, I was, the song just kept going, and I was just kind of in the flow with it with these kids, and these kids are, I don't know, 10, maybe 10 years old, maybe 12, around there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for me, it's like, I'm teaching them something, but I feel like I'm getting a lot out of this. And I feel like I'm getting to like hang out with these kids, and they're so goofy, and they're so kids, and they just sort of, they have a freeness that as adults there's something we're trained, and that's not the same.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to be a kid with them. I think it's healthy for me.
Hell yeah. Not only healthy, it's who you are.
Mm-hmm. It is who I am. That's true.
I mean, can you imagine putting a kid in a box and saying don't play, don't have fun, don't laugh, don't be silly, don't be goofy? I mean, listen, we're all so different. And I'm a big kid myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big kid. And I'm going to be a big kid forever.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean,
amen.
Freedom.
Mhm.
I could stick. Listen, you know how if you can be a kid, if you can tap into that part of you. You know how you know. You go to a restaurant. You're in a restaurant, and you order a bowl of Jell-O. And then you say, and then you like make a little noise, and you stick your hand in the Jell-O and start squeezing the Jell-O. Now wait a minute. If you can't do that, guess what? You have a problem.
Nah.
No, seriously, that's true. If you can't stick your hand in Jell-O and squeeze it in public in front of people looking at you, you have a problem. I could do it.
Well, I could do it too.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's some people that can't do that.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do that every time. But if you dare me to, I'll do it.
No. We're not talking about daring. No. But that was a nice try.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to.
No. See. You see what I mean? And when you said you could do it, you know what I said to myself? You know what I said? I said one word. I said,
No. One word.
And it's spelled MMMPH. It's spelled MMMPH.
MMMPH ...
Yeah. So see, no. I'm not talking about somebody daring you, Nathan. I know.
Right, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I get your gist. I get what you're saying, and I believe that. It's like lighten up.
So my question is to you is, can you do that?
Can I do it? Yes.
Can you do it tomorrow morning? And you bring attention to yourself, and you like, excuse me, everyone in the restaurant, can you look at this for a second? Can you do that tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.?
Hell no.
I was going to say, that's either a yes or a no. Audience, if you're listening, I used to always, torture my little sweetheart. I would always say, he would ask me a question, and he would like to go around and around and around and around and around and around the corner, around and around the corner with his answer. And I would always look at him and I would say, is that a yes or a no?
Thank you, Judge Judy.
So So my question is, can you do that tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.?
No.
Oh, so then I go back to my first hypothesis, which is you got a problem.
Lord have mercy.
No. Listen, that's what this show is about. Nathan,
Aftermath?
No. Oh shit, that's what Aftermath is about. Nathan, you don't know. You know you don't have any problems.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Do you know that's right?
I do.
Yes.
I know it, and sometimes I feel it, and sometimes I don't feel it, but I know it.
So that's either a yes or a no. Yes. Well, this Aftermath is brutal.
It is Aftermath.
But yeah, that's why it's so brutal. You see what I mean, puppy?
Mm-hmm. Let me say, I do want to do another quick kid story.
Please.
So I do kids yoga too.
What?
Yeah, that's a new thing.
Okay.
And at the and yoga, it's not, it's like I'm gonna try to make this yoga cool for the kids. So I'm coming up with shit. We're jumping. You grab onto her leg. We balance on this leg. I'm trying to make it cool for them.
Oh. No. Steve. I'm already saying no, thank you, but keep going.
And at the end, we're in Savasana, where you lay on the ground. You lay on your back. No one's talking. It's like quiet time. That's the yoga quiet time at the very end. But, these are kids, so we're laying there.
Is that is it quiet time mandatory?
It is in my book.
Oh, so you only have one choice, which is mandatory.
I mean, it's not mandatory. It's done at every yoga class I've been to.
What does that mean?
That means that's how we're supposed to get done.
Okay. You're my son, that's one thing for sure. You my baby.
You my baby.
My baby, that's one thing for sure. You my baby. So we're laying down, and then one girl starts giggling, and then the other girl starts giggling at her, and then everyone in the class is giggling. And what did Daddy do? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was like, I've already been teaching them for an hour, so I get it. I'm feeling them, and I get it.
Uh-oh.
And but it's quiet time, so it's time to not laugh. There's nothing funny. Kid, get your shit together. You're messing up her yoga. Everyone's messing up. But then, I'm laying there with them too. I'm on my mat in the front, and
yeah, where's your chin?
Out. But I did pull my chin back in real quick, and I started laughing with them.
Oh.
Mhm.
What did you do? Turn into someone different? No. Making a different choice.
I did make a different choice. And she saw me. I'm not laughing out loud with them, but I couldn't help but laugh with them. I couldn't help but smile with them. And one of the girls saw me, and she says, "Nathan's laughing too," or something. I see you smiling or something. And it was actually a really, really cool way to end the class.
Oh my God, Nathan. I'm sitting here, my mouth is hanging open because that is such a beautiful story.
Mhm. It was. It's so cool.
It's because you're in the moment.
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow, thank you damn. I'm ready to be complete with that. That is a beautiful story.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Mom. Yes.
Well, everyone, thank you again for listening. Well, if you're listening to this, you're listening to Reality Spirituality Aftermath, and you're actually not supposed to be listening to it. Get it?
Yeah. Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's the newest spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. You got a question for RLN? Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Oh, now we getting real. Yeah, it's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Get real.